This is a review of Bigfoot Quest for June 8th, 2010. It was a terrific show, by the way. The guests were Brian and Terry Seach of the Center for Unexplained Events. They are natives of the state of Pennsylvania, and they investigate strange, unusual phenomenon in both Pennsylvania and Ohio. Actually, eastern Ohio. which means, I would imagine that means that they go through the peninsula of West Virginia to get to Ohio. And who knows, they may investigate things in the peninsula of West Virginia as well. But anyway, they were on the show and they talked quite a bit about the research they've done into different anomalies, ghosts, UFOs, Sasquatch, things of that nature. The first caller, the early caller, was Bill Green to the show, and he asked his standard question, and he asked Terry and Brian a few other questions and basically tried to take over the show. But no, he did well, I think, and he didn't do too badly. He didn't take over too bad. And the discussion kind of got into a little bit about white individuals that have been seen, white Sasquatches that have been seen in Pennsylvania, especially in, I think, western Pennsylvania. There was also a little bit of talk about the Sasquatch UFO phenomenon that has occurred in the state of Pennsylvania, which has been investigated by Stan Gordon. When Bill called in, he also talked about the book that he got by Stan Gordon called Really Mysterious Pennsylvania, which investigates various anomalies, various mysteries in the state, in Buckeye State. That's Ohio, in the Keystone State, Pennsylvania. And anyway, it was a really interesting show as far as the subject matter and things that they discussed. I called in and I asked them if they'd ever found any evidence of thunderbirds, and they said that there was no evidence that they had found. The only thing that they knew about was a video clip. Actually, it was a film clip of some sort of a large bird, which was shown on an episode of Monster Quest a few years ago. Other than that, they don't know of any other. They don't know of any other evidence for thunderbirds. And I think I asked them if they were familiar with a photograph which was taken of some Civil War soldiers surrounding what appeared to be a thunderbird, and they said that they were familiar with that. And excuse me. And they said that they had sort of remembered seeing a photo like that, and they thought it was quite interesting that that was probably about the only evidence that there is of any sort of a thunderbird type creature. And Brian said he didn't really know what thunderbirds were. There have been theories that it's a large feathered type bird, like an ancient eagle, supposedly extinct, or maybe a pterodactyl, pteranodon. Other than that, really don't know. Nobody really knows, of course, what a pterodactyl or what a thunderbird is. A lady named Pamela also called in. She talked about that she had seen in the state of Michigan a large blonde-colored Sasquatch, and she said it was 13 to 15 feet tall, which I think may have been an exaggeration brought on by fear. A lot of people can overestimate the size of something like a Sasquatch when they're frightened of it. Most likely, she may have seen one that was probably maybe 7, 8, 9 feet tall. It's very rare to see 13, 15 foot tall Sasquatch creatures. It has happened, but it's very rare. And I'm not calling her a liar. I'm not saying that she didn't see something. She may very well have. But I don't know, as far as how tall it was, she may have overestimated its height, which that's common, it happens. Anyway, what I understand, Bob and Mike are going to be back on the 22nd of June, and they will have as their guest Dr. Esteban Sarmiento. That'll begin at 9 Eastern, 8 Central at www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot_request. That'll be on June 22nd. And then this Friday night, June 11th, on MNBRT Radio, Abe and Evie will welcome as their guest longtime Washington State Sasquatch researcher and proprietor of the Olympic Project, olympicproject.com, Derek Randalls will be the guest. That'll be 9 Eastern, 8 Central this Friday night, www.blogtalkradio.com/MNBRT. And as always, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research.